Welcome back, everyone. Let's dive into another type of teaching and learning method. The Flipbooks method is particularly effective in elementary classrooms because it caters to visual and interactive learning styles. In practice, this method can be implemented by creating a flipbook animation of a plant growing. Teachers should ensure that the activity is age-appropriate, incorporates student input, and encourages collaboration. Use colorful, tactile materials or visual aids to reinforce concepts and provide opportunities for students to reflect or present their work. Modify the approach to suit diverse learners, including those who need additional support or enrichment. Hi, I'm a first-grade teacher from an international school in Thailand. Today I'm going to share with you my favorite teaching method. It's called Flipbooks. It's simple, fun, and very engaging for young learners. This teaching method can be used in so many different ways. So let me show you one of my favorite examples. We were learning about plants, and specifically we were studying what a plant needs to grow. So the vocabulary included things like water, sunlight, soil, and of course a seed. The students had already learned these words, and they knew that if a plant didn't get any of these things that it wouldn't grow properly. But they really struggled to remember all of them at the same time. So I created a flipbook animation of a sad plant, and each page was one of the things that the plant needed. When the students flipped through the book, the plant grew happier and greener with each item that it received. Before we started, I asked the students to work in pairs. Each student received a copy of the flipbook without the pictures or words. They took turns acting out the items that the plant needed. For example, one student might pretend to be watering the plant while the other drew a picture of a watering can in the first box. After that, they wrote the word for the item. We acted out all of the items the plant needed. Then we looked at our flipbooks. The students could see that the plant grew more and more with each item. Then we talked about how it's important for a plant to have all of these things in order to grow big and strong. This flipbook showed the students what would happen if the plant didn't receive the things it needed. At the end of the story, all of the items were removed and the plant was wilted and sad. The students had to tell me what would happen if a plant didn't get water, sunlight, soil, and seeds. They knew that it would be sad and wilted just like in the flipbook. Finally, they added the items back into the flipbook and watched as the plant became happier and healthier. I think this activity was so engaging for my students because they got to act things out, draw pictures, use their imaginations, and make the connection between the vocabulary and the plant's growth. To make this activity even more memorable, I provided each student with a real flipbook and art supplies to create their own flipbooks. I also gave them the option to trade books with a partner and provide feedback on their artwork. There are many ways that you can use this teaching method in your classroom. I love using it as a formative assessment because it is a great way to gauge what students understand and where they might be struggling. You can also use it as a quick review before a test or quiz, or even as a fun way to introduce new material. The possibilities are endless. When implementing the Flipbooks method, there are a few things that you should keep in mind. First, make sure that the activity is age-appropriate. Young learners will enjoy simple stories with bright, colorful illustrations. As students get older, they'll be able to handle more complex topics and texts. Second, incorporate student input and encourage collaboration. Students will get more out of the activity if they feel that it's their book and they are in control of what happens next. And third, modify the approach to suit diverse learners. Some students might need additional support or enrichment. For example, you could provide sentence starters for students who are struggling or allow advanced students to write their own stories. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to hearing how you use the Flipbooks method in your classroom. Don't forget to share your ideas and best practices with us. Thank you.